Thanks so much, Kelly. Well, we are live here inside the jukebox room. I've got Raymond Barlow here with me this morning. Raymond, you are the jukebox man. How did you get your start here with jukeboxes?
Well, I got started with the jukebox business with Frank Cannon in about 1967.
Great.
I've always loved music, you know, as a teenager and everything. And I'd worked at a car dealership for 7-8 years, and I was about ready for a change. And he offered me an opportunity, and so because I went to school with his son and run around with him and everything, you know, and so I got it working with him then, and been in it ever since, and enjoyed it.
Absolutely, and here we are inside your converted carport, turned your daughter's bedroom, and now you've kind of taken it over. How many jukeboxes are inside this room?
We have about 8 of different year models, some of the early ones, and then some of the ones I've operated all of these on the route somewhere along the line.
I know your route I mean, it's not just here in Southwest Georgia. You cover quite a bit of an area with these jukeboxes.
Yes, we started in Forsyth, Georgia, run down the interstate through Valdosta, I-10 to Tallahassee, and then all in between and so forth. My son is running the route now and doing an extremely good job with it, but I turned it over to him about 10, 12 years ago, and I still help him and so forth.
You just can't get away from them, huh?
I love the business. I love the people, and I've enjoyed it, and I enjoy riding South Georgia and through the years and everything, watch things change and so forth.
But I gotta ask, are there that many jukeboxes still around today?
No, there's not, because there's not that many businesses today, mom and pop businesses.
Sure.
But I used to have them scattered out in Cell City, Hopeful, Georgia, just everywhere, you know, with a lot of pool tables and jukeboxes and everything. Absolutely. At one time I had 145 sold accounts and about 60, 70 white accounts. Now we run with Waffle House, you know, about 70 locations Waffle House. Then we have 40, 50 other locations scattered out through South Georgia.
Well, I tell you, Waffle House, not only making up some good waffles, but getting us some tunes. This room is kind of a walk back through time. This is one of the older models, oldest models.
This here is a 1952 model.
Wow.
And we used to have these in what you call shot houses. That's where people didn't buy a license to have beer or anything and be out in the country somewhere, and they'd just be a party house, you might say. and so you know, so we had to get many of these jukeboxes out in places like that.
Absolutely. You know, we're going to be walking you through Barlow's room out here. Of course, Barlow, his name is Raymond Barlow, but all his good friends, he goes by just Barlow. So we're going to be taking you through a little walk through live here on Good Day in just a little bit. Back to you guys in the studio. Well, welcome back to Good Day, everyone. We are live here inside the jukebox room. Raymond Barlow is the jukebox man himself. And Raymond, we have another jukebox here. It is one of 8 that you've got here in the room. But we're going to show folks how jukeboxes work a little bit. Again, you've been working with them since the 60s.
Right, late 60s,
But when you put your quarter in, or in these days, now it's dollar bills, you were telling me.
That's right.
How does it work? So you look on here, punch in a song number, but what goes on the inside of this jukebox?
All right, once you install your quarter or dollar bill right in here, then you just choose your selection up there. You hit take and hit your buttons right here, and then...
Now we're going to go inside. And those are all records, correct?
These are all 45 records right here.
And they don't make those anymore.
They stopped about 5 or 6 years ago.
Goodness. How neat. Now you guys see it. I love it. So neat. Now, you still work on jukeboxes like this, correct?
My son does most of it, but I still help him on the route and everything, so forth.
Cool. Now, do you have a favorite song that you like to listen to?
Oh, this jukebox here is filled up with good songs.
Yeah?
Mostly 50s and 60s. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of favorites on here. Of course, there's Elvis on here, and then the Searchers, and Roy Orbison, Ray Cochran, all the good old
You're avoiding
music.
my question. You just like them all.
I do. I like a lot. And these jukeboxes here have some of my favorite songs on here.
Well, there you go.
Right
I guess if you own them, you can pick them, right?
That's right. and do what you want to.
I love it.
Without any problems.
Now this room here is inside your home. You've got about 8 of them, but you have folks coming from all the way as far as, was it England?
I've had people from England in here and so forth, sure have. Some of my friends have met friends traveling and everything, and they talk about it and say, hey, can I bring them out here? So we bring them out here and show them, because I enjoy showing this, because this is part of American history right here, you know, and I've been in it almost 50 years, so I've enjoyed the business entirely.
Well, that
and
is
I
so
enjoy
wonderful.
music, you know.
I love it. Now, are you a singer?
No.
I bet you were a dancer back in the day.
No, I'm not much of a dancer either, but I sure like music. I've liked it all my life.
Well, that
you know,
is great.
and I've grown up with music. A lot of gospel music, but a lot of good, clean soul music and rock and roll music.
All right, now I got to flash forward a little bit, because these days you don't see too many jukeboxes around town, so they're getting a little bit of a facelift, a bit of a redo.
Yes, matter of fact, in all the Waffle Houses, we installed a new internet jukebox. And I feel kind of obsolete, because they don't even take coins no longer. They just take dollar bills, 5s, 10s, and 20s. We have installed close to 70 so far.
Wow.
And on the complete route, we've installed about 100.
How neat. And they're going to hold about 2,000 songs each.
That's exactly right.
And Viola was telling me that if you don't have a song, if it doesn't have a song on there that you want, give it about 10 minutes and it can download it.
Yeah, it's got a monitor in it. You can type in the name of the artist, the song, in about 10, 15 minutes, it'll be inside the machine.
A little different than it was back in the day.
Oh, totally, totally.
Well, we are giving you an inside look here at the Jukebox Room, finding out all the history of the jukebox. Back with more coming up in a little bit later here on Good Day. First, back to you guys in the studio. Thanks so much, Chris. We'll take 2 here inside the Jukebox Room. Sorry about that earlier, guys. But we are here inside the Jukebox Room. Of course, Raymond Barlow, Jukebox Man himself. And we've got a couple different jukeboxes here with us this morning, but this one is a very special one. It was, did you say, the last one to ever be made in America?
That's right. It's the last year model of Wurlitzer being built in the United States. They moved to Germany in 1974. And so this was the last one, which this was a very good jukebox. We had a lot of them, used them in a lot of locations and everything, you know. But this is the last American-made jukebox by Wurlitzer.
How cool. Now, you have about 8 different jukeboxes here, 8 of the big ones. You've got a couple different ones on the walls. Where do you get them all?
Well, through people wanting different things and so forth. Like in your truck stops, you use what you call a wall mount.
Okay.
And you'd have anywhere from 5 to 20 hooked up along the walls and everything at the booths, and then have one jukebox.
Now, for the folks of my generation, that's what they've got at the tables at Silver Diner.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. That's right. That's right. You know, but there's a lot of upkeep to them and everything, you know, and everything. But they did work and everything, you know. But it's just another way of trying to make income.
Absolutely.
And which was a very big investment also for the operator.
Sure. And talking about upkeep, you've got this jar here. It looks like an old an old pickle jar, but it is filled with all sorts of coins, and there's a golf ball, and that looks like a euro. Is that, what is this jar for?
This here is service calls. People won't believe how many service calls you go on, and it's all coin related, because somebody put bent coins in it, foreign coins, toothpicks, you just name it. And in pool tables, you find apples, oranges, bananas, just everything, you know, because they leave their kid, and he'd be rolling the balls around, then they find something, say he's eating apple or orange, he'll throw that in there too, then hang up. And I have drove 150 miles just to get a toothpick out of a jukebox.
My God, talk about dedication.
Well, that's the service. That's what makes the business, is service, you see, and that's what, and by having this service, that's what makes us keep working and everything, you know. But it's just, it's kind of frustrating to ride 150 miles one way
for a toothpick.
For a toothpick.
I can understand that. Now, with all this new technology and your son's kind of taking it over, does it kind of make you sad that these old machines aren't going to be around too much longer?
Well, to me, these machines are pretty. You know, they're part of American history, you know, and every one of them has a story one way or the other, you know. And technology changes so much. Like this box here is mostly all mechanical. You fix with pliers and screwdrivers and socket sets and so forth. This one here is a solid state box with some electronic stuff in it. That one over there is all mechanical.
Oh, wow.
Then as we go work around the room, as she gets the newer stuff,
There you go. And it's all history right here in his carport turned daughter's bedroom. And now it's the jukebox room. We are getting a little taste of it here this morning live here on Good Day. We'll be back right after this. Let's sound. Well, welcome back to Good Day, everyone. We are live here inside the jukebox room. Raymond Barlow is here with us. He is the jukebox man himself. Barlow, this is your entire personal collection. So how long has it taken you to collect all of this memorabilia?
Well, I'll say in the last 30, 35 years, somewhere along there.
Pretty impressive.
When I like something, I'd save it. I have a warehouse I'd put it in, because I had the idea of the vision of doing something like this later on.
Sure.
And when I got the room available and everything, so forth, I started getting it all together and seeing what I could do with it.
Absolutely. Now, not only is it the jukeboxes, of course, I just showed you all the entire wall of Elvis #1 records over here. You have a little bit of everything, including a nice little tribute to your entire motorcycle trip.
Yeah, I've gone to all 48 states on my motorcycle.
Goodness.
Now, that's leaving Albany and coming back to Albany,
Wow.
riding. My longest trip was 9,600 miles, gone about 30 days.
Gosh.
Enjoyed every minute of it.
Absolutely.
And gone to Nova Scotia once and gone to Key West 2 or 3 times. I've had a good time.
Holy
This
cow.
country is so great and so beautiful. There's so much out there to see.
Absolutely. And you kind of bring it all right here through your jukeboxes. This is a newer version of the jukebox, though.
Yeah, this is a CD player here, the old bubble style that everybody wants, and everything. And I just leave it sitting here. Then I have this one over here.
Mm-hmm.
We use it for rentals.
Okay.
If somebody's going to have a 50s, 60s party, we'll rent that jukebox for the night, you see, and so forth. And matter of fact, we've installed new jukeboxes in all the Waffle Houses, and we have a bunch of jukeboxes for sale now that plays 45 records. And so we'd like to get rid of them also.
Absolutely. Now, this is a family business. Your son is kind of taking it over for you now. But how did you first get into jukeboxes?
Well, I got into it in 1967 by a friend. His daddy, Frank Cannon, owned a jukebox business, and he was buying some more routes in South Georgia. So they come to me because I knew his son real well. We run around together in high school, and gave me an opportunity to come in with them.
Sure.
And I've had a good time with it.
I can tell. Yeah. Favorite memory of jukeboxes?
Well, there's so many service calls there. Some of them good, some of them bad, But there again, I enjoyed putting music on the boxes and everything, and it's just been something that you got to like it, be able to stay in it.
There you go. Well, you can definitely tell his passion over here. Come on by. You can check out the jukebox room, right? Just give you a call.
Yeah.
There you go. This is definitely a sight to see. We are live here inside the jukebox room. I cannot thank you enough for sharing this with us this morning, live here on Good Day. Back to you guys in the studio.